Hey, it's Amelia. So, before I get into this video, which will actually be a combination of my March and April update, even though in my intro I filmed before I just said March, I just wanted to give a verbal disclaimer at the beginning of what's going on with my comment section. So, for some reason, my comment section will be disabled, even if I've said allow all comments or only hold inappropriate comments. And even if I go into settings and allow it once I've uploaded to make sure it's there, I will come back a few hours later and they will be disabled again. I have no idea why this is happening, whether it's the video settings or the channel settings. I keep going in and making sure everything is allowed, and they'll just be disabled anyway. This morning I saw that when I went in, the settings said the comments were enabled or allowed on my most recent video, but they were showing up as 0 comments, even though I had left a comment and other people had commented. So I just wanted to let everyone know what's going on, because when I put a disclaimer in the description box or in a comment, either people don't necessarily read description boxes, I know I don't, or if the comments go disabled randomly, then you can't see my comment, obviously. So I don't know why, but YouTube is randomly disabling my comments. But it's not like an issue of them thinking there are minors in the video, because then I think I would have to appeal for them to be allowed. So it's some sort of glitch, I guess, in the system. If you come to one of my videos and the comments are disabled and you really want to leave a comment, you can come back later and they should be up for more recent videos. For older videos, I go through occasionally to check, but I don't necessarily check those often, so sometimes those stay disabled for a while. So it's very irritating for me because I cannot figure out what the issue is, and I don't have enough subscribers to be considered eligible for the partner program. And once you're in the partner program, you can actually email YouTube for customer support, essentially, but apparently if you have under 1,000 subscribers, you don't matter, so you don't have the luxury of being able to email them, which I have never come across a company with that sort of policy where you have to have a certain number of whatever in order to email them for customer support. That makes no sense to me. So I don't know. I've gone into the help forum and posted a question and no one's answered it yet, so we'll see. But I just wanted to clarify, I do not disable my comments, and I really appreciate when people do comment. I have to manually go in regularly and enable them over and over again because for some reason they just keep being disabled. So thank you for sticking around, and for those of you that come back and comment at a later time when you notice mine are disabled, I really appreciate that. Hey, it's Amelia. Today I am filming my March update for my Project Pan of 2020. And there's a lot of products in this, so I'm going to tell you what I've finished, what I have progress on, and then just quickly list off what doesn't really show progress right now. So to get right into it, I finished my NYX setting powder, which looks kind of dusty, but it's empty, and the RCMA powder I had that I was using in this container. So there's like a little bit of powder will like show up when I bang this around, but not enough to really use. So these are done, which didn't take long at all, and I thought it would take longer, but those are just completely finished, so there's no more powder in this project. I think that's all I finished, but what I have significant progress on so far is my 2 foundations. So this is the Milani and the Ordinary. The Milani one, I wanted to wait until the other ones were gone to use, but when I started working, I wanted my skin to look good, and this is the one that looks good on me, so I've been using that. But this one I have been using more, and I actually left it on my bedside table this time so you could see how much I have left. There's really not a lot. And this just isn't made for my skin. It's better, I think, for people with normal to oily skin or just oily skin, whereas this is really good for normal to dry or just dry. And I haven't really been wearing this ABH one because it's just also not really made for my skin type, so it's a little difficult. I think I can finish the Ordinary foundation before my next update, and I will try to use the Anastasia one, so then when that's gone I can just use the Milani and repurchase it. And I think that my goal was to finish one foundation every 4 months because I have 3 in the project, so for a year. So I'm still on track with those, but I would like to be farther along. In terms of concealer, I really haven't been wearing any, but I have worn both of these a few times. So this one, you can actually see a lot of air on this side of the tube, and I don't really know why. I think they don't come really full, and I don't use that much, so I don't know about that. But this one I've used some, and again, you can't really see progress until it's empty. I did get really close to finishing Retsina, and actually, like, I'm going to show you up close, and if it doesn't show up, I'm going to take a small video or a picture of it. It's, like, very empty in there. But I could still, like, stick a Q-tip in and probably get product out, if you can see that. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear this tomorrow and use a Q-tip or spatula or whatever I got to do, get the rest out, and then call it done. So I'm going to say it's done for this month. So that's another one I finished, actually. I've also been wearing my Cava one more. You can see there's more of a dent in there, maybe, perhaps. I've also been wearing this a lot more. However, this is basically a lip gloss, so I don't think, and it's not clear, or like, obviously it's not clear, but like sometimes, even when the packaging isn't completely see-through like this, it's still light enough that you can like see light reflected through, and I can't with this. So I have no idea how full it is. All I know is it still works fine and smells fine, so I'm not like concerned about it going off. As far as face products, this Physicians Formula Primer, this is one where I just open it to get product out, and obviously product still comes out, but it wasn't like full when I got it because I did a makeup swap. Let me see. I sort of test how much based on like if I can do that. So yeah, there's definitely stuff in here, and I used it today actually. This works best if the foundation on top is something you apply with a sponge. Talking about these really quickly, these apply better with a foundation brush I found over no primer. So for me and my skin and how my face is, I don't know about how it would work on you and depending on your skin type and all that. For eye primers, I'm still working on this one from NYX. And, oh, this is also from NYX, duh. Okay. This one I actually used today, and I just, ew, it looks gross. I don't think I've sharpened it at all, but I use this every single day, and I can tell that it's getting more difficult to squeeze product out, so I think that this will be gone very soon. So those are all my products. I believe that counts as 3 empties. This just being a container I used. So these are gone. For the powders, I did buy a set of 3 of these. Or, no, I asked for them for my birthday. So I got 3 more of these as a birthday gift. I tried pressing it into here and using it that way. It's just very loose and I don't like it that way. So I have a different container that I put this in rather than using this again. So I'm happy to have moved those out. This, again, a lot of people would consider this done already. I'm just the kind of person I gotta get every last drop. So that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. There's like, even for me, there's like nothing. Like, look. If you can see. I'm hoping that's in focus. Yeah, most people I think also would consider this done once you get plastic, but I don't. There's so much product in there. And even with using other lipsticks, I've been able to make progress, so that's really good. This one especially I've used a lot, but I can't show you that, so that's annoying. For now, I think I'm going to put this in my makeup collection away from my everyday stuff so I don't keep using it, because I really do want to focus on these two, especially this one. It's so close to being done. So, yeah, that's everything. My prediction is that I could probably finish all of this except this. I think this jumbo eye pencil in milk, I don't think I can finish it. Even if I like used it if I used it every single day, I think I could. But I don't necessarily want to, because it doesn't necessarily help things stick unless you're putting a matte shadow down, compared to this. Like, this helps more with the shimmers. This, I just feel like it more changes the color, which when I'm wearing a pale matte shadow all over the lid, I do like this, but I would prefer this. So this is like a special use thing, and I think I just want to use it until it goes bad. Use it when it's useful. And I would like to push myself to use it more this year, but not necessarily to completely finish it, even though that is my goal. And I would love that. I don't think it's likely, so. Okay, so for the April update, I wanted to first talk about this foundation. So this Ordinary foundation in 1.1N, this is empty. I mean, you can clearly see there's product on the edges. And I went through with a spatula and tried to scrape it out, but it's just like, I just can't get any more out. There's a little bit at the top I couldn't reach, so this is done. So I don't know, put that over there. For my ABH foundation, I have this much left. I don't know how much is in this part, so I may be depotting this soon to use that some more. But so that's still going, and then my Milani foundation is almost done. I am going to repurchase this one, so I'm working on these two at the moment. For my face primer, I depotted it into this jar that I have. So this is how much was left. I mean, there's like a little bit in here that I can't really, like, the tiniest amount. It's like a negligible amount that I can still pull out, but for the most part, this is what's left. I can definitely finish this in April. I will wear this even on days I'm not wearing makeup. I actually prefer it on no makeup days, but I'm not wearing it today, so I don't know. I guess that's not true, but whatever. So yeah, I'm going to try to finish this and this month, although I think this is going to go first because I haven't been wearing makeup as frequently. As far as concealers go, this one still has a bunch of air in it, but also a lot of product. And this one I can't see how much. I talked about in my Pan That Palette video, I just wasn't wearing a lot of makeup during March, so I don't think I really wore these that much, although I did pull for the Colourpop one the other day. So I used them somewhat. It's still going to take me a long time to finish those. For the lipsticks, this is where Cava is at the moment, and I just brought this one back out that I finished last time for Retsina to show you what I mean in terms of there being enough product for me to not consider it done. Like, comparing these two, I think you can tell that this, so it ends about there, so for me that means there's like product down to here that I still want to use. And I know some people, I don't know which cap is which, some people will say once it hits this plastic point they're done, but I just don't like to do that. So even though this is very low, it still has at least 2 months worth of product for me. I have a lipstick in the same color from Bite. It's the Liquefied Lip or Whip something or other. I think it's Liquefied something, I don't know. I have no idea where that is. I thought that it was in my makeup collection stash, and I can't find it in there. It wasn't in my makeup bag. It wasn't in my purse. I think it's somewhere in my room, but I'm not sure. It's also possible that I left it at work, and in that case, I won't be able to get it because we're currently on I don't want to say lockdown, but everyone's supposed to be staying home unless they need to leave for something essential. And additionally, the office I work at is closed, so even if I wanted to go get it, I can't. But I'm not that concerned. It's a lipstick, and I'm sure it'll turn up eventually. Then for my eye primers, this is still going, mainly because I wasn't wearing a lot of makeup in March. And I'm using it every day now that I'm doing my makeup. And I still just like, it just keeps going. So I'm hoping this will be gone soon. I really can't tell. Sometimes when I hold it up to the light, so if you can see, there's like a lightness right there. That's where it's like, then there's orange on the side, so that's kind of where the product is. So I don't know. I just have no idea how much is left in here, but I want to keep it in the tube rather than depotting it into a jar like this one, because this is more airtight. One of the reasons I like depotting things in jars is, like, for example, in this container with that much product, there's way more air than if I depot it. I will also depot this at some point maybe, but I have a lip brush for that, so it's not that big of a deal. This, I rarely use it. Long term, I don't think I'd be repurchasing this. I am glad that I got this though. I did a makeup swap with Nora, and I had never tried this before, and this is a very famous, you know, YouTube product. Like, when I first started watching YouTube videos to learn how to do makeup, everyone had this and was using it. So I'm glad that I have finally actually gotten it and am able to try it out, and I can see why it was popular for so long, but I also can see how newer products might work better. I think my issue is just that it's very thick and creamy, so I don't think it lays as nicely on the eye as something that's more like the texture of a normal primer, where it's a little bit thinner but it dries down, or when you put something over it, it stays dry, whereas this is like, I feel like I'm either put too much and then it sort of can stay creamy underneath the eyeshadow, which means it can, what's the word? Crease? That's, yeah, there we go. I feel like if I put too much product on, in order to keep it pigmented, it can crease underneath the eyeshadow, but if I don't put enough, it's not really that pigmented, so then it's like I could have used that. So, I don't know. I'm going to continue using it, like I said, in the March portion of my update. I'm going to use it when it's useful, and then hopefully use it up by the end of the year, but maybe not. Going over everything really quickly, I think I can finish the primer and this foundation. So this primer, this lid, oh, I guess it's also a primer, duh. This is an eye primer and this is a face primer. Foundation, maybe the lipstick. And then I'll just be, oh, and then if I finish the Anastasia quickly, I can finish this very fast. But I'm thinking this will take me a while, so I can probably finish all of these, and then I'll just be left with these four and the lipstick once I find it. So I think that's a pretty good update, considering I wasn't really wearing makeup in March. I think having a foundation empty and having things very close is pretty good. That is my update. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.